Cool. So I'm going to do a Venn diagram and a contingency table, and we're going to actually look at them both and compare them, because in some ways it's very similar. So I'm going to say that B is for you bought your breakfast, you had breakfast this morning, and L is for you bought your lunch from home. So for my contingency, I'm going to have breakfast there and lunch there, and then I'm going to have no lunch there and no breakfast there. Okay? So, who had breakfast and has bought their lunch? Oh, I meant brought. Don't know. Brought. So you had breakfast this morning and you brought your lunch from home. Hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 on the intersection, and that intersection is here. Okay. Hands up if you had breakfast this morning but you have not bought your lunch from home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5, and here you had breakfast this morning but you did not bring your lunch, so the 5 goes there. I'm going to colour code that, so that bit there went there, and that bit there went there. Okay, hands up who has bought their lunch to school but did not have breakfast. Okay, so that's 1. So put 1 person there, and so they had no breakfast but they bought their lunch. Okay, excellent. And brought it from home, yeah, not buying it, no. So that's there. Okay, and so for the next one, who did not have breakfast and they have not brought their lunch from home? That's 4 people. So that's 4, and that's 4 here. Now, if we were to look at who bought their breakfast in the Venn diagram, you're looking at this one and this one, and in the contingency table you simply look at those 2. If you want to see who bought their lunch, then in the Venn diagram you'd look at these 2, and in the contingency table you'd look at these 2. Okay? Does that make sense? I'll just leave that 1 there. Now, this bit here on the outside works like that. So if you're looking at people who didn't bring their lunch and they didn't have breakfast, you've got the red bit. Does that make sense? So the intersection of the 2 was here and it's there. So it's the same information. So sometimes people say, should I use a Venn diagram or should I use a contingency table? There's advantages and disadvantages with both, and sometimes you get better at one than the other. So sometimes it can be personal preference. Okay? Cool. Of course, contingency tables that end up with like 4 rows and 5 columns, I wouldn't want to do that in a Venn diagram. Okay?